It's the 18th of January today, and by this point we are roughly 5 weeks away from our first lambs. So every hoof and tail in the flock is getting a little bit of meal and some a lot more. So we have just dosed a few lambs there this morning for flukeworm that were in the house that weren't done. They were the match of the ones that we were doing down the field in the first blog. So that's what's happening today. We have silage to put out. Everything's fed morning, noon and night, so a lot of the work is repetitive and we're not photographing it all the time. But anyway, we have our main flock has been fed meal. These little ewe lambs behind me, they get meal inside the house. So the triplets, which are all out round in the back shed, they will be brought round and given meal outside twice a day. So that's what's happening at the moment. Come on, girls, come on. Come on. Come on, girls, come on. Everybody just loves to get a little bit of extra meal. Very tasty. Way behind, way behind, way behind. Easy, Millie. Come on, girls. Come on. Come on. Hurry up. Easy, Millie. Easy. That'll do. Good girl. The first job on the agenda today is we're going to run everything that's in this house. It's going to go up into the top of the house. They're going to come down this raceway here. So you need to imagine you are the sheep and you are coming down the race and you're hit head on with this gate here. But this gate swivels either this way to go into the sheep's house, or it'll come that way to go into the shed. So that's called a shedding gate. Very handy if you're splitting your sheep up. You can just tweak the gate, the big long handle on it. I stand to this side, one way or the other way as the sheep come down your race. Here's one coming here now. Come on in, Gert. And then I could split them and put them out. So that's your shedding gate.
Gently.
So there's a few handy little tools. The shepherd's crook is one of them. And this is your shepherd's crook here. And very handy for catching sheep. So it is if you're in a group of sheep and you're trying to catch somebody. See if we can get, there's Izzy there. Izzy's quiet anyway, but you just put the hook in round. It comes up in below her head and stand behind her. So, stand, Gareth, stand. So that's her caught. And then you can just release her very quickly like that. So thank you very much, Izzy, for taking part in that little display there. This wee girl's called Izzy. and there was a lady came into the yard the day she was born, and she was called Isabel. So this little lamb got named Izzy over a year ago. And this one here is called Big Lugs. Again, one day there was a fella came into the yard. Well, maybe we'll let the story go at that just there. When you have a flock of sheep which you winter inside, they're not out in the field in the winter months, either you have to have a floor like this to keep your sheep in. This is just an expanded metal floor, and the sheep walk on that, and anything that's done, pooped or piddled, goes down in through here, and it goes down, if you can see. That's maybe a few feet deep in below there. So that gives good circulation too. Air circulation around your sheep keeps them cool. Or if you keep your sheep in a house with a concrete floor, you have to give them something soft to lie on so you can bed them with straw. And straw is simply barley standing in the field. The combine comes along, cuts the barley, it goes up in through the combine strips the seeds off and ejects the straw which is left out over the back and down onto the ground again. Then the tractor and baler comes and puts it into bales like this here. These are round bales obviously, and these are big squares as they call them. So that's some of my straw supply for this winter to bed what's in the house and to bed my lambing pens with when the sheep lamb. Well, today's another dosing day. Roughly 4 to 6 weeks before your sheep lamb, you want to give them a jab, a vaccine called, well, we're using one called Heptivac. It brings immunity from certain diseases to the lambs when they're born after a few weeks' time. So I don't like injecting and doing all this, injecting for this, that and the other, so we try and keep it very minimal here. We have what you call a closed flock, so that's our own sheep. We're not buying in ewe lambs to breed with. They are our own ewe lambs, so the flock is minimally disrupted by new people or new sheep, should I say. So today we're going to be dosing, and this is where we'll do it again in the run, sheep run here. A couple of weeks ago we got this little new pup, and it's torture for everybody. Jay! Oh, but our old dog Millie is getting done now. She's 12 years old, and that's a long life for a sheepdog that's working all the time and running constantly. So this little dog is a replacement. It's ripping and tearing at everything.